Oh, hello, YouTube. This is Trainboy54, and this is the moment you all have been waiting for. The review on Thomas and Friends Tinsel on the Tracks. As you all may know, last year I got the DVD Tinsel on the Tracks from Walmart, as well as the film My Little Pony Equestria Girls Legend of Ever Free. I had gotten my chance to see the film before Thomas and Friends The Great Race. Love it! And I had done a double movie review on both of them. Well, this is a simple review now, and of course, it's a review on Thomas and Friends Tinsel on the Tracks, the DVD. Starting with letters to Santa, children writing letters to Santa, and I like the map showing how they get from Sodor to the mainland and all the way up to the North Pole. That's a little different to the way the children got to the North Pole on the Polar Express. It is Percy's job to deliver the mail, but should he ask Thomas to help him with the mail delivery? I mean, Thomas and Percy used to deliver the mail together since Season 3 of Thomas and Friends. The flashback of how Harold and Percy met and had a race, that was from Season 2 of Thomas and Friends. Harold helping Percy with the letters to Santa, is that a parody from A Bad Day for Harold the Helicopter? And whose idea was it, having Hero to do the mail delivery on the mainland? They should at least find a different engine to do the mail delivery on the mainland. The news of Harold not returning to the Sodor Search and Rescue Center? Well, Percy showed us where he is, stranded in a field with no fuel. Well, Percy brought Harold some fuel from Sodor, and by Christmas morning they made sure the children got what they wanted for Christmas from Santa. The Christmas Coffee Pot. Hey, we got to meet Glenn again! The coffee pot engine from Thomas and Friends The Adventure Begins! Marion found him while working on an unused siding. Of course, Marion is a silly railway steam shovel. Thomas introduced Percy to Glenn before, to Glenn's worriness, he has to be scrapped. But when Marion brings Sir Topham Hatt, Thomas, Percy, and Glenn are gone. Phew! Thomas brought Sir Robert Norramay, the Earl of Sodor, to meet Glenn. With Sir Topham Hatt's permission, instead of scrapping Glenn, he has agreed that Glenn will be restored. The Earl welcomes a restored Glenn to Ulfsted Castle during the Christmas party. Well, that's something special for Glenn on Christmas. The rail car and the coaches. I haven't seen Daisy since the second season of Thomas and Friends. And I didn't know she would return into the CGI series of Thomas and Friends. She is asked to run Thomas's branch line while Thomas is on quarry duty, but she is being rude to Annie and Clarabelle. Now she's showing off how fabulous she is to the passengers. It kind of sounds like... oh, never mind. Well, Sir Topham had asked Daisy to take Annie and Clarabelle so she can carry more passengers. Not saying sorry to them, Daisy is too proud for that. But Annie and Clarabelle planned to be unfriendly or unkind in return. That plan had backfired a little too hard. Leaving Annie and Clarabelle stranded at Maithwaite, Daisy runs off crying. Oh, my poor dears! Oh! Thomas brings Sir Topham Hatt to speak severely to Annie and Clarabelle. And now the good news. Daisy is back to her usual branch line. But the bad news is, Thomas is still on quarry duty, so Annie and Clarabelle are being pulled on Thomas's branch line by Diesel! It would be better if Paxton was to pull Annie and Clarabelle instead of Diesel. Over the Hill. A flashback about Glenn was released. Very interesting. Now that Glenn is at Ulfstead Castle, the Earl gives him a tour of the estate. Stephen feels that he has lost his crown, thinking maybe if the Earl liked Glenn better than him. Well, I like Stephen. Well, I kind of a bit like Glenn a little. The Earl has planned to open a new railway museum. Stephen challenges Glenn to a race. The winner will do the tour. The loser will be the exhibition. The theme of the song, Eye of the Tiger. Awesome! Stephen and Glenn running at the same speed limit. It'll be dark by the time one of them will reach Knapford Station first. With Gordon and James behind them, the crowd gathering to watch and cheer, they finally made it to Knapford Station. Thomas brought the Earl, saying he is to blame for what has happened. He asked who won the race. Stephen says he and Glenn came together. So, both Stephen and Glenn will do the tour of the railway museum. It looks like Stephen and Glenn have something they can have. The magic of friendship. Love me tender. Donald and Douglas, the Scottish engines, are brothers? They're twins, not brothers. They're working on the track, clearing the snow, but the van between them is supposed to be green, not orange. It's just like it was since the episode The Deputation. They've cleared the track to the search and rescue center, but they were faced with a choice at a junction. It caused them to pull against each other, and Douglas's tender coupling breaks off. So this is what it's like without a tender. The Toby, or, well, Snowy Toby, if I just made a customized Trackmaster Thomas train out of it, finds Douglas and asks him if he needs help. Douglas says, no thanks, Toby. I'm fine for now. Away you go. Donald doesn't know he left his twin behind until Thomas told him that he has Douglas's tender with him and had left him behind somewhere in the snow. Donald searches for his twin. Douglas is halfway buried in the snow. Donald arrives at Toby's shed and asks Toby if he has seen Douglas. Toby said he's at the junction where he left him. But Donald said he went back there for him, but he wasn't there. I thought you two had fallen out. Yes, he's still my twin, Toby, but he's stuck out there somewhere in the freezing cold. Donald, with Douglas's driver and fireman, found Douglas nearly buried in the snow. The twins apologize to each other, but Donald is out of water. Good thing Donald has Douglas's tender. So with all of Douglas's coal and water, Donald shunts his twin to the steamworks to have Douglas's tender coupling repaired and his tender reattached. Leaving Donald's snowplow at the junction? Well, maybe some engine can pick it up in the morning. The Scottish twins reunite! Glenn's Christmas Wish music video? That was a pretty good music video. And sing-along, too. Well, I think this DVD, Thomas and Friends Tinsel on the Tracks, is rather enjoyable for the Christmas holidays, as well as Thomas's Christmas Carol. I got that DVD long before Tinsel on the Tracks. Such good new episodes to the CGI series of Thomas and Friends. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. So, I'll see you next time until the next review video. This is Trainboy54 signing out.
When it seems the magic slipped away, we find it all again on Christmas Day. Believe in what your heart is saying, hear the melody that's playing. There's no time to wait. your dreams away.